Welcome back, everybody, for episode 7 of Hit the Books podcast. We are here this week for week 7 of the NFL season. We're looking forward to talking to you all about all the things that we have to say about the NFL, possibly some NFL and NBA talk with the NBA coming back. We're really looking forward to it. Let's introduce the boys. We got myself, Jesse Cox. We got Tyler Huffnagel, Michael Mackey. Come on, boys. Let's say hi.
What's going on, guys? Excited to be back. Let's get going.
What's going on, everyone? Let's get back to it. Week 7, lots to talk about. Big weekend last weekend. Team card 2-2. Couldn't hit the double unit on the Panthers. Disappointed in that one. Some personal success, 2-0 on the weekend, 5-2 on the season. Looking good so far. Looking to keep building on that record and see what we can do going into this week.
Yeah, Huff, you're looking hot. I like seeing it. I myself, not looking very hot myself. It's a tough ride. I'm not liking where I'm heading, but we're going to turn around this week.
All right, getting right into it. On the Thursday night game, we got the Browns -1 against the Broncos. The money line is set at -115. The over/under at 41. What do you guys think here?
Personally, I like Denver coming into this game. You know, Cleveland's going to be without their starting quarterback, the highly coveted Baker Mayfield. Not a big fan of him, but going into this game, Thursday night primetime, you're without your quarterback. They're banged up all over the field. I like Denver to come out and get this one outright on the plus money before it drops to even money. I think Bridgewater and Denver's offense, they didn't show much last week against Vegas. But I think this week coming in primetime Thursday night football, I think they're able to get the win against a backup quarterback in Case Keenum in Cleveland.
Yeah, what I was thinking about is how often do you see a backup quarterback come in and win their first game of the season?
Yeah, not often.
It's a tough situation to come into. Browns are so injured right now. I'm surprised they're even favored. Probably just because they're home, but I do like the Broncos.
I think it's
here.
The way the spread started. It started at the 5.5, and you never see a spread go from like 5.5 to like plus 3.5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to just flip a spread like that.
Yeah, because they have so much
it.
money on all those spreads. They have to keep it kind of. They're like, all right, well, I guess we're either riding with Cleveland on this one, or we're, you know what I mean? They can't just flip it like that. So I think that's probably the reason. But I think that's a chance that we can hop on Denver here if we want to, and get a nice plus unit on the money line. I like the money line over the what is it, +1. You know what I mean? I don't want to push.
Yeah, we don't
lose them by
those.
1. There's no point.
I really like this game. Denver is 8-1 straight up in its last 9 games when playing Cleveland, as well as Denver's 5-1-1 against the spread in its last 7 games when playing Cleveland. So take Denver all the way.
There's a lot of Peyton Manning stats in there still.
Yeah, and a lot of Case Keenum in the 30 Browns quarterbacks that they've had.
Like Denver here. I think Denver in the beginning of the year when they were 3-0, they.
Next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored at -6.5. The money line at -270 and the over/under at 47. Personally, I'm not sure what to think about this one. What do you guys think?
I think a nice divisional matchup here. It is in Baltimore, so that does give Baltimore the upper hand, obviously. But the Bengals have been looking good. I mean, they're 4-2. Joe Burrow looks good. That whole entire defense looks good, which nobody was expecting. I think the Bengals have a good chance to cover the 6.5 here. I don't like them straight up. I think Ravens come out victorious here. But I think the Bengals can definitely keep it a close one and cover that 6.5 points. What do you think, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to agree with you there. I want to take, the Bengals here on the plus, but do you think it's going to move to?
I think it's looking like it's going to move to at least 6.
Yeah, -115. Didn't read that right. So if you get it before that 6.5 or that 6 rather, I think it might be better. But are the Ravens going to come out this week and do well? I can't find anything that's going to say they will, to be honest.
I've been looking at the things this week, and I've been liking the Ravens and my teasers to win by 2 or 3, probably 2.5.
I definitely see this being a Ravens by 3, Ravens by 4, something like that.
Yeah, Huff, I'm really excited for your teaser this week.
Yeah, I have a nice two-legger that I'm gonna hope to go back to back on the two-leg teasers.
Yeah, that was big. That was a big hit last week.
Both teams winning outright, but I didn't want to do that with the Raiders. I didn't think they were actually going to win outright. I trusted them, giving them 9. I think I gave them 9.
Dogged up.
Yeah, they played good. They were killing them at one point. But yeah, I like Ravens here. I honestly, if I'm talking normal spread, I probably like Bengals to cover that, but I'm going to probably take Ravens to win by like 2 or 2.5.
I like it.
I agree with you there, Huff. And let's move into our next game, the Carolina Panthers at the New York Giants. Another 1:00 game. We have the Panthers favored at -3, money line at -156, and the over/under at 43. We had the Panthers as our 2-unit play last week. They could not make it work for us. Do you guys like a -3 this week?
Let's run it back with the Panthers.
It's looking like it's going 2.5.
What's the line on that?
It's looking like it's going to go 2.5. The last time I checked, -3 was like -105.
Correct.
Oh wow. Well, I think if anything, the line should move the opposite way. Giants are so injured right now. They're just not. They haven't been putting up points. They haven't been playing well on the defensive side of the ball. They haven't really done anything good lately. I mean, they're home, so that gives them a better chance. But Sam Darnold coming back to MetLife, I know it's not for the Giants, but they play in the same stadium. I think Panthers cover this spread pretty easy.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I don't got too much to say on this game. It's kind of a boring game for me, but I think the Panthers are kind of thinking about getting McCaffrey back again this week. It's kind of the storyline every year going into each week with him being injured every week, basically, it seems. So
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know.
starting to piss
I
me
like
off with his injuries.
Yeah, I like Panthers.
Carolina is 8-1 against the spread in their last 9 games on the road. I really like that trend, and I think I'm going to ride it. Give me Carolina Panthers -3. Actually, maybe put the money line in with something -156. That could add some value somewhere.
Yeah, make a little 2-3 team parlay.
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, let's move into the Washington football team at the Green Bay Packers. We have the Packers favored at -7.5, the money line at -375, and the over/under at 49 even. What do we think here?
I have some divisional matchups this week. I'm not saying this game, but it just seems like there is. Or is that just me? Am I just thinking that?
I'm looking at it right now, and it's only because of that Jets, Patriots,
Was it
and
the
Bengals, Ravens.
Okay, yeah, the two that I like. So yeah. But go ahead, Packers, Washington. Personally, here, I don't know, 7.5 is a weird number. I don't really like take 7.5.
I was looking at this game.
I kind of like Washington here.
Yeah, me too.
At home.
I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough game.
I don't like this game.
Washington is 5-1 straight up in its last 6 games on the road. Does that make you guys think Washington is going to cover? Or
I don't like betting against Aaron Rodgers or this Green Bay
game
team
at all.
I mean, after that first week, Green Bay's pretty much showed that they're one of the top teams in the league, as they should have been. So I don't know. I don't like betting against this Green Bay team, but this 7.5 does scare me.
Can't disagree with that logic. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Tennessee Titans. We have the Chiefs favored at -4.5, the over/under at 57.5, and the money line at -225. I don't know. I keep saying I like the Chiefs -4.5. I keep looking at it, just toying with it. I'm not sure what to think. If that's going to be a play this week. You guys got any tips on that?
Titans coming off a big win against the Bills at home. They're home again against the Chiefs. I mean, it's just tough. Back-to-back weeks playing probably the 2 best teams in the league. I don't know. I could see the Chiefs definitely covering a 5-point spread here, whatever it goes to. It's going to be a good game, though.
Yeah, I think I like the Chiefs here too. This is another one I was looking at dropping the spread a little bit, but at 4.5, I think I'm confident with the Chiefs sticking that straight up.
Yeah, it's such a tough number, though.
I like 4, so I usually buy the half point and go 4.
I think I like that too. Taking the 4 is a little safer. I don't know, 4.5 is just such a weird number, you know?
Yeah, it looks like
Doesn't-
the line's moving the opposite way though.
Right. Doesn't sit right. I don't got anything else for this game. What do you guys think? Anything?
Over under 58, it's so high. It'll
Very
probably
high.
still go over, but I'm just not going to touch it.
Yeah, no.
Alrighty. And next we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Miami Dolphins. We have the Falcons favored at -2.5, the money line at -134, and the over-under at 47. I really want to touch this game because the odds are so, close and could really make something out of it. But
It's one of the 5 games this week that there's good odds on it.
right. Miami is 4-1 straight up in its last 5 games when playing at home against Atlanta. 4-1 straight up.
Give me Miami at home.
Miami home.
The one rule in the gambling world is to never bet on the Falcons. I'm going to follow that here because Miami at home against a crippling Falcons team. Tua's back. I mean, he was back last week, but he's healthy now. Give me the 2.5 points. I like him.
The reason the Falcons are favored here is because they're coming off a bye week. I know they're the inferior team. I probably won't be taking this game, but I think I like the Falcons here. I don't like the 2.5, but I don't know. I could see like a weird win, like 23-21, just so the Dolphins cover, but Falcons win.
Definitely going to be a broken game like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I will not be betting on the Falcons, but I think they could win coming off the bye.
It's interesting. I'm not sure. I see what you're both saying. I like what you're both saying. All makes sense. But for some reason, I think it's going to be a close game. Like you said, Huff, I'm going to take Dolphins plus 2.5 here, I think. Like you said, don't bet on the Falcons. So I'm kind of agreeing with both of you in a sense. Alrighty. And next, we have the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. We have the Patriots favored at -7, money line at -330, in the over-under at 42.5. The total has gone under in 8 of New York Jets' last 11 games when playing New England. So a lot of unders here. And New England is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 games when playing at home against the Jets.
I love the Patriots here. I could see the Jets not scoring a touchdown all game.
That would be something.
It's tough, though, because, divisional games, I feel like the plus always seem to cover.
Yeah, I agree with your trend. I just can't. What you said about the Falcons, I feel about the Jets, and I think I think Mac Jones, he looked good last week. They lost in overtime. We had the Cowboys, so we were against them. This week, I think they can
Cowboys
get it
6-0
right.
against the spread, by the way.
Yeah,
Insane.
I think Patriots get it done at home this week against a rookie-on-rookie matchup. I think Mac Jones comes out on top. I'm going to do 6.5, and I'm probably put it in a teaser. So I don't like the number 7.
Yeah, Jones looks good, doesn't he? I think Jamar Chase. Yeah, I mean that team's not very good, but I mean that system is obviously going to be easy to succeed in. But I don't know. Mac Jones is making a nice run for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
I still like Jamar Chase, but I do like Mac Jones.
yeah,
He's playing unreal right now.
yeah. Jamar Chase would be a good hit.
All right. And next, we have the Detroit Lions at the Los Angeles Rams. We got a large spread here with the Rams at -15.5, money line at -1100, and the over-under at 50.5. Really high spread.
I love Rams money line.
This
Me
could
too.
get a bit out
100%.
of control. Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, they probably end up.
Yeah, I honestly
will,
could see them covering.
do you want to
15
bet on that? You want to give a team 15 points to start a game?
No, I don't like these spreads.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like this game. I don't have too much to say about spreads that are this big.
it's not even worth talking about. 15-point spread, yeah, they could cover it, but there's no logic saying that they will.
With that being said, let's just jump into the Philadelphia Eagles at the Las Vegas Raiders. We have the Raiders favored at -3, money line at -162, in the over/under at 48.5.
Give me the birds here. I like the Eagles right now. I think they're playing well. I think Jalen Hurts is having a good season. Raiders are struggling. You know, we got everything going on with John Gruden. Haven't been playing the best, coming off a good week, but they're very inconsistent. Give me the Eagles +3.
I've been riding the Raiders all year this year, I think, whether it was on the team card or I've been having them on my card. And I don't know, this week I think I do like Philly, but I don't know if I'll be touching this game. That's a weird game for me, like two inconsistent teams. I don't know which Raider team and which Eagle team is going to show up. It's inside, so that helps, but
That is a good point. Two teams that you never know who's going to come out.
yeah, that's why it's a 3-point spread. They're just like, here, who's home?
Total toss-up.
Yeah, who's home? Whoever's home is 3-point spread.
Very interesting game there. I don't know what to think either. That being said, moving on to the 4:30 games, the Chicago Bears at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have the Buccaneers favored at -12.5, money line at -700, and the over/under at 47.
Huff, this is a good game to like put in your teaser.
Yeah,
Lower it to like Bucks -6. Get a 6-point teaser.
I was looking at that because what's it set at right now? I missed what you said it set at. Yeah,
12.
I usually
So a 6-point teaser.
12.
A 6-point teaser. A touchdown covers. I honestly think Bucks win this game by 25. To be honest, I think they slaughter them. I think they cover the 12. Give me the over 47 as well. It's a weird number to be set at in 12-point spread, but
I like Bucks too. There's not too much to say.
Tom Brady, when he's a 10-point favorite or over in a game that's not a primetime game, absolutely just murders teams. Like every game, he puts up like 50 points.
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, 1:00 games in New England, he was winning like 42-10.
Yeah, if you think about it, he played New England, won by 2, and then whoever they played last week, they won by like 25, and it was like a 4:00 game because it was like not a primetime game.
Jeez.
I like the Bucks here.
Kind of like the Bucks here as well, even though it's pretty high, and I'm not a big high spread guy. I like the Bucks.
Yeah, I agree.
Segueing forward, we have the Houston Texans at the Arizona Cardinals. We have the largest spread of the week at 17.5 points in the Cardinals' favor. Money line at -1400, another money line that I know Huff is just going to adore. And an over/under at 47.5. Anything good about this one? 17.5 is extremely high. I really don't know.
Where's this game?
That, but
Arizona
is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 games, as well as 5-1 against the spread in its last 6 games. But with this high of a spread, I don't think those trends are going to hold.
I like Arizona money line at -1500.
I mean, you put that with the Rams, you're looking at like -700.
Yeah, it's almost worth it. Nah, in all seriousness, Cardinals -17. That team has looked so unstoppable this year. Kyler Murray having an unreal year, MVP candidate season.
Yeah.
He can cover 18 points against a very struggling Houston team.
Yeah, I can't trust myself giving Houston any points right now. They look good against the Patriots, but right now I'm not against the Cardinals.
You can give them 30 points, and I still wouldn't take them plus.
I think that's a fair assumption.
Jumping into the Sunday night game, we got a good matchup here. 49ers coming in at 4.5-point favorites. The money line set at -220, and the over/under at 44.5. What do we think for the Sunday night game, boys?
Personally, I like the 49ers here. I don't have too much faith in the Colts this year. Or Carson Wentz, just the scheme that they built this offseason. Frank Reich, I'm just not a fan of the Colts. I like what Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers have been doing this year. they seems they can score whenever they want, and it's like they just have Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. It's like it's not like they have like some crazy quarterback. So I think 49ers can win this game by 5 in a primetime Sunday night game.
Yeah, I like this 49ers team. I know they're only 2-3 or whatever their record
Yeah,
is,
they look a
but
lot better than their record.
they're in a tough division. I mean, they're playing tough teams. This is a game that they should definitely come out on top. You said it perfectly. That Colts offense, the way that they're running that team, or whatever's going on over there, it's not looking
Jonathan
very
Taylor's
good.
the only upside of the Colts.
Yeah, I love Jonathan Taylor, but I don't think Carson Wentz is the right fit for that team. I don't think they're running that offense the correct way. They're 2-4. They're not really winning games. They're not really beating teams they should. Niners -4.5 here. I love. If it wasn't a primetime game, I'd be all over it. So I'm a little hesitant just because it's a primetime game. But yeah, give me Niners -4.5 here.
This is another game I'm going to be looking at teasing. I'd be probably getting San Francisco at like +1 because
That's such a good idea.
I'd probably I maybe like a Patriots Niners, give them each like whatever it takes the Patriots to win by like 2.5. I'd get the 49ers at plus.
Give
plus.
Patriots minus.
I'd have to look at that.
If you get Patriots at -1, you get the Niners at +1.
Yeah, I wonder what the odds are. They're probably like -130.
Yeah, right around there. A 6-teamer or a 6-point.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look at that.
Those teasers, man, coming in clutch.
Look at this Monday night game. Jesse, want to read it off to us?
Yes, sir. We have the New Orleans Saints at the Seattle Seahawks. We have the Saints favored at -4.5, the money line at -220, and the over/under at 42.5. The New Orleans Saints are 15-3 straight up in their last 18 games on the road, and 14-4 against the spread in their last 18 games on the road.
I like the Saints here. Coming off a bye week, Kamara, gets a week rest. They get the week. Everyone gets healthy. I think going into Seattle, I know it's prime time. I don't know if I like the -4.5. More maybe money line in a parlay, but Seattle looked good against the Steelers.
Yeah, what do we think about how do we think Seattle looked last week? I know you guys were at that, or Huff, you were at that game.
They looked good the whole game. I mean, the first half, when it was 14-0 at halftime, I was like, oh my God, it's going to be 28-3 or 28-10. You know what I mean? Like, and then the second half, Seattle gets 100 rushing yards in the third quarter. We're making Alex Collins look like Sean Alexander in 2007. And next thing I know, I look up at the scoreboard and the Seahawks are about to tie it 20-20, send it to overtime. I'm like, we're going to lose this game. I literally thought we were going to lose the game. I thought Seattle was going to get the coin toss, go right down the field, touchdown. I was like, Geno is going to win a primetime game in Pittsburgh. I was like, I'm sitting there, me and my dad's 2 friends, we're freaking out. Seattle gets the ball, drive down the field. Steelers stop them. Steelers defense came up bigger in that overtime than they have all year, anytime last year.
Well, they showed what they can actually do.
And it was really just TJ Watt. It wasn't even the defense. It was just TJ Watt. 2 huge drives. He stops them on third down. They punt it. Next drive, Steelers can't score. Next drive, Seattle gets a ball again. Seattle looked good. It's just TJ Watt just was like, yeah, you're not doing that. I want the ball on the ground. Devin Bush picks it up, starts running 10 yards the other way. We were freaking out. He was running the other way. We were like, where are you going? And then we just kicked the field goal. I was like, that was the most stressful win over a backup quarterback I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, well, it's still a win on the scoreboard, so.
Yeah. But Vegas knows what they're doing with that 3.5 spread. I'll tell you that.
Oh my God. They knew the entire time.
It's crazy. Every week.
Yeah, but I'll take Seahawks +4.5 here. I mean,
I think I like Seahawks +4.5 here too. I think the Saints win the game. It's just the Seahawks defense is letting up so many yards. And I think Jameis and that offense can exploit that deep.
Yeah, I think it'll take a little for Jameis to get into his groove in Seattle. You never know how the weather's going to be out there.
Yeah, it's going to be loud. Hopefully it's raining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Geno gets the crowd behind him. I think he can get a quick lead. But
yeah, that'd be good for him.
The Saints driving back. They got that team's pretty good. So
Yeah, they honestly are.
All right. Now that we've wrapped up all the NFL games for week 7 here, we can go over the team card as well as all the individual cards. I'll start with the team card. We have Broncos money line at plus 102, as well as Panthers minus 2.5.
running it back on the Panthers here. We got a lot of confidence in them. For my individual card, I took the Packers minus 7.5, and I got the Bengals plus 6.5.
All right, and for my picks this week, I like the Chiefs. I'm going to buy the point. I'm going minus 3.5 at Tennessee. It's going to be minus 130 on FanDuel, and then I'm going to have a 2-leg teaser. I'm taking the Patriots from minus 7 to minus 2, and I'm taking the 49ers from minus 4.5 to plus half. 2-leg teaser is going to bring it in minus 110. I like the picks this week. Hopefully keep it hot, make some money. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll keep that hot streak going.
Really liking that Huff, that teaser. Looking forward to it. For myself, though, I'm going to do Patriots at minus 6.5. I'm going to buy the half a point. It's going to be minus 125 on the odds there. I think I see a lot of value there. I think the Patriots are going to do well against the Jets this week, but I think I'm going to give them that extra security of that half a point and put it at 6.5.
I like that.
We like it. We like it.
And now, for the first time ever, we are happy to introduce NBA to the podcast. Huff, take it away.
Yeah, it's one thing we were looking forward to getting into for the listeners. You know, talking some basketball, NBA. Getting started last night. We had a couple good games. We had the Lakers and Warriors, and the Bucks and the Nets. Two of the top two betting odds favorites for the NBA championship. The Brooklyn Nets at 250 and the Lakers at plus 450. I don't see too much value in either one of those. I do like the Lakers to win it, but at 450, there's just not much to put down to bring back. Warriors look good right off the bat. If they can get Klay Thompson back, I can see them making a finals run, but definitely excited for this NBA season. Had a lot of good hockey games the past couple of days. Penguins look good despite all the injuries. A couple other surprise teams, you know, the Kraken, they're playing all right. They're not doing too bad. I think once they get their feet under them, start stringing together some wins, they'll be able to pick it up. I don't know about playoffs, but I'm excited to watch their growth as a team and see what they can do this season.
I'm real excited for both NHL and NFL. Excuse me, NBA. I think this year's NBA season is going to be fun. I think we're going to be into it a lot, getting a lot of good plays, a lot of good trends, things like that. NHL, I'm real excited for. Keep going.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of good hockey games. Nothing like too specific. There was that one game I saw. I had money on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was down 6-3 against Detroit. Tampa Bay came back and won in overtime. That was probably the craziest game I've watched so far.
There's some good games coming up. Tonight we have Capitals and Devils. This is for Thursday.
Devils at home, a plus 116 underdog. I think I like the Capitals money line there.
I agree. Hurricanes, Canadians. I think that would be a good game.
Canadians are playing so bad right now.
I know.
I don't know. They're at home. Another home underdog. There's a decent amount of good games tonight. There's a lot of games tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good slate to look at. Definitely something to keep an eye out on if you're looking to make some money in the NHL.
Another team that hasn't been living up is Predators. They got to pick it up. They got a game tonight against the Rangers.
Predators really got to pick it up. I got a friend that likes Predators, and man, they're getting beat bad. It stinks.
They haven't started good.
Their 1.5 is they're minus 1.5.
Plus 225.
That's insane. Jeez. I don't even know what to say about that. 225. Wow. Calgary 130. I think that's a good pick. Money line.
Yeah. Calgary's another team. They haven't been playing too good. I don't like betting on a lot of those Canadian teams other than like Toronto because
I
I know
agree.
Toronto's sick. And like anytime I bet on Edmonton, I feel like they don't do good.
I agree.
Hockey can be hard. Like Western Conference hockey's hard.
The difference between East Coast and West Coast hockey is kind of crazy. Like the style of play and everything just changes the game. In my opinion, just the way you have to look at it is different.
Yeah, the one thing that I've been looking at for the past minute or so is the NBA regular season MVP odds.
Ooh,
The favorites Luka plus 500, Giannis at 500. I guess they're both the favorite, the same odds. Kevin Durant plus 700, Steph Curry plus 800, and then Embiid 1100, and LeBron is 1500. I don't really think I don't know. I could see any of those guys winning it, but like I don't like those odds. I don't think Giannis won it the past 2 years or whatever. I don't think he's gonna do it again.
I agree.
I like Luka or KD maybe.
Yeah, I don't think those are bad calls at all. I mean, with that powerful Lakers team, I think it's going to be
Like LeBron, yeah, like you could give it to LeBron in a year. LeBron's 1500.
right. That's insane. I don't know if they'll give it to him though. You know, he's like the
And yeah, you could give it to him in a year. And every year, someone's just as good as him, and they'd rather give it to them
Right.
anyway because they expect LeBron to win the finals.
right. Yeah. Speaking of the finals, you think Lakers plus 450 is good money for them to win finals?
I think
They're such a strong team.
the Lakers could get there, but I mean,
Nets are plus 250.
I like the Warriors at 1200.
Ooh,
I don't like the Warriors as a team, like as a fan, but like they're in a playoff series. Steph Curry's, I don't know, it's gonna be hard to beat him 4 out of 7 times with a healthy Warriors team.
right. I think I can agree with that.
I just think there's a lot of value at 12-1 there.
Western Conference winner, Lakers plus 195, Warriors plus 550. I don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're taking the Warriors, just take them to win the whole thing.
Exactly. Jeez.
I'm curious to see. I want to look at how the cup odds have changed since we talked about it. What was that, 2-3 weeks ago? They haven't really changed much.
Avs 500.
Tampa Bay dropped a little bit.
Pens 2000
instead of 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing really crazy.
Yeah, everyone's kind of staying the same pace. It's an interesting NHL season. We'll see.
Let's get into some college football.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a game I'm looking at right here. We got your Penn State Nittany Lions at home against Illinois. They're going to be a 23.5 point favorite, minus 2,500 money line, and over under 46.5.
I think that's a good game to put it in a teaser. Can you do teasers on college? Actually,
You used to be able to. Let me check real quick. Yeah.
Yep, you can. Yeah. Okay.
There was like 2 or 3 weeks where it wasn't letting me do them.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad game to drop that down a little bit.
Just a little, because they're gonna.
They'll win by 20.
Yeah, exactly. That's
at least 17.
So drop it 5, 7, 6, something like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of good games. Wisconsin minus 3.5 versus Purdue, minus 176 on the money line at Purdue. I like Wisconsin there, but 3.5 is a tough number.
Penn State,
Pitt, Clemson. That's a good game. That's good. I forgot that's a Saturday. Pitt, Clemson's this weekend.
I just put that in this teaser. Penn State minus 23.5, move it 7 points to 16.5. Pittsburgh minus 3.5, move it to plus 3.5, plus 100.
I like that a lot.
I really like that. I think that's a solid bet. Move it, see 7 points. Even if
It's
you do
really
6.5.
I like the over on that game a lot. Over 47.5.
Pick Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
7.5. At Heinz Field.
Yeah.
USC Notre Dame. That's another big name game.
Ohio
I'd
State,
probably
Indiana.
get Notre Dame -6.5 with Pitt -3.5 and a little teaser. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. Now we're cooking.
Notre Dame +0.5, Pitt +3.5, +100. It could be a play.
Could be a play. And that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Hit the Books podcast. Be sure to check us out on our various social media platforms. Instagram at hitthebooks.pod, Twitter at hitthebooks_pod, website at hitthebookspod.com for all the latest on Hit the Books. And be sure to always study hard.
Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.